All right, guys, let's talk exposure. So, if you guys remember math, I mean, fuck math, but in math, there was an order of operations, PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, exponents, but fuck it, dude. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, when you're getting proper exposure with your camera, in my opinion, the proper, order of operations is aperture, then ISO or gain, then ND, if you want to step up your game, and last, shutter. But when you have ND, the shutter is irrelevant. Let me explain. First thing, I'm burping, guys, sorry. Ugh, I'm a mess. I need to eat lunch. Anyway, first thing is your aperture. So what the aperture is going to do, when you're setting up a shot, the aperture is going to determine obviously how much light comes in the camera, but really, aesthetically, it's your depth of field. So let's just say, for instance, you're outside and it's sunny, okay? So then you're shooting on a Mark III with a 24-70. So you're gonna go right away to a 2.8 on the lens because you wanna go as shallow as you possibly can. Well, then you'll notice that your image is blown the fuck out at 2.8 outside. So what do? You go to your ISO and you lower it to the lowest ISO setting you can go to, which I think is 100 on that camera. And after that, you'll still be blown out. Now, for you bush leaguers out there who crank the fucking shutter to 250 to get your exposure, fine, that works. But unless you want your shit to look like a Russell Crowe Gladiator movie, okay? You are going to want to step up your game and use an ND filter. Just use a goddamn ND filter. One of my favorite filters to use is the Tiffen Variable ND filter. This is one of the best tools you can have for proper exposure to move up into the profesh world. You know what I'm saying? The way it works is screw down your lens and it's like a circular polarizer where you can actually turn it, and after I put fingerprints all over it, I'll show you closer. You put it on your camera, and you can actually change how much light's let in to the front of the lens. What does this do? This allows you to keep your shutter down to, in my opinion, 50, which it should be, to get the most filmic look. And when I say should be, I mean in most circumstances. Now, obviously, this is art. Usually you're shooting, it's an art form, so it's in the eye of the beholder. But typically speaking, you are safe and you are filmic and cinematic at a 50 shutter speed, which is closest to double 24 frames a second you can get. Now, again, so here's the order of operations: aperture, ISO or gain, ND, shutter. It's kind of not an order of operations, but just to give you an idea of what comes first when you're thinking about it to the last, that's what it should be. So again, you use your variable ND, you'll be able to be at 2.8 at a low ISO outside, and it's gonna look great. You'll get that shallow depth, and what's great about the variable ND is it's so easy to adjust. So if the light changes, if you're shooting from outside to in a shady area, you just turn the outside of this ring and you're good to go. There's a link to this product at a discount rate in the description below on EVS's website, so I highly, highly recommend picking one of these up. This is the best one you can get that won't give you any kind of bullshit polarizing patterns, and I'll do a video comparing this to a cheap Amazon so you can see the difference. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and once again, if you appreciated this, please subscribe, and also please email me at the email address in the description below with any questions you may have, and I'll be glad to answer any and all of the questions that I can. All right, guys, take it easy.